So I got my notes right here. If you guys ever see me looking down at my phone or whatever, turns out when you have ADHD, this is not an easy career. Okay, yeah, like I want to talk about everything. What's up, everybody? So today we got 5 easy ways to level up your content. It's a great boost if you're just getting into this, or maybe some of you just need to hear this again. So anyways, let's jump into it. First one up is actually pretty easy. This has nothing to do with shooting. This has nothing to do with editing. This has everything to do with organization. Keep your files organized. Even if it's just having a folder for like, all right, here's my folder for raw video. Here's my audio if I record it externally. You got your folder for your music and anything else that you bring in. So like some of the clips that I like to bring in, I get from Storyblocks. I keep those in a separate folder than the files that where I keep my footage from my camera. Same thing for the music that I get. By the way, I'm not sponsored by Storyblocks, but I just, it'd be cool someday, but till then, this is where we're at. The moral of the story here is just keep your stuff organized, especially if you're delivering to clients. They might be like, hey, I know we shot this one shot where, the guitarist did this really cool spin. Well, if you can't find that video because your dumbass lost it, that's on you, and you can't recreate that. There's no AI out there that's gonna save you. Be smart, work smarter, not harder, organize your stuff. Tip number 2, and this is pretty easy as well, keyboard shortcuts, okay? Learn your basics. C, V, cutting, getting back to the little arrow pointer thingy. I know that that's the Premiere hotkeys. What's cool is it doesn't matter if you start on Premiere, you learn theirs like I did, and then you go to DaVinci, or you learn DaVinci's and you go over to Premiere. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but hey, some people. Regardless, hotkeys are customizable in every editing software out there, okay? Figure out the ones that you use the most, and it will save hours of your day. I'm not going to go into specific hotkeys because, like I said, they do change. However, learn which buttons you're clicking every time. Like, everybody cuts, that sounds dark. Everybody, will paste. So learn your hotkeys for that. The biggest one that I think is kind of universal between all of the software is the undo key. If you're on Mac, it's usually Command Z. If you're on Windows, I think it's Control Z. And then redo is also Control Shift Z or Command Shift Z. You learn that and you are going to save so much time in editing. Like, we're talking hours of your life here, okay? Time is valuable. Learn your hotkeys. It will speed up your workflow. And pro tip, if you got someone that's sitting there watching you work, like, assert your dominance on them and make them keys clack, my dude. But seriously, learn your hotkeys. It'll speed up everything. Up for number 3, this one is something that I see get overdone all the time, especially in people that are just making stuff for like YouTube or Reels, things like that. Use your transitions sparingly. Now, a good tasteful transition, nothing beats it. However, if your shit is so whooshy and going on a film reel and just like, if you're just constantly doing transitions all the time, your job as an editor is to not be seen or heard. Your job is to be felt. And if all I'm watching a video for is the transitions, something's wrong. Like, let the content breathe. Let it take the main light. Unless you're doing a music video that like, that's the style, take it easy, okay? Less is more when it comes to transitions. All right, and number 4, and this is why I'm sitting here holding a microphone instead of just talking to my camera that's sitting across the room. Don't sleep on your audio. It'd be a damn shame you clicked on this with a nice thumbnail, awesome B-roll. I know this shot's a little boring, but I mean, we're at home, we're chilling. And it sounded like this, okay? This right here is not okay. This right here is the sound of the room and an untreated audio. Now, real quick. Okay. It would be a damn shame if the entire video sounded like that. Audio is 80% of your product. Whether you realize it or not, as a videographer, if you have bad audio, you're gonna lose more people faster than any other reason. They can excuse a low quality camera. They can excuse some piss poor ass angles. But if your audio is so unintelligible that they can't hear you, they're gonna click off instantly. Do not sleep on your audio. If you guys want, I can go more in depth into it. I can teach you guys about EQ, compression, all that. I don't want to scare you away from it. Just trying not to get too in the weeds for a 5 tips video. But if that's something you guys want to see, let me know. I'm happy to show you guys how to work with audio. My last tip is that good gear does not buy talent, okay? You can spend all the money you want on a camera. You can have a $10,000 red badass. I mean, actually, I think the Komodos are like $4,000 now, but regardless, you can have an amazing red camera shooting with thousands of dollars of lights. You can have all this equipment, and if you don't know what you're doing with it, you're probably going to make a worse video than had you just picked up your iPhone and started filming. The fact of the matter is, Learn your craft, learn your skills. Don't just abuse your credit score, okay? I've done a whole video on this. I learned this as a kid when I was trying to play drums. Put the link for that in the description, or maybe it'll be up over here or there. I don't remember. Regardless, money does not buy talent. 9 times out of 10, whatever you've got right now, you're not getting the most out of it. Take the time and learn your camera, learn how to properly expose it. Some cameras prefer to be exposed a little bit overexposed. I know the Z-Cam is one of those. I think Canons do the same thing. Figure out the basics, figure out what makes your camera tick, and stop just gawking at a new badass $5,000 camera. If you're not good enough to earn the clients to pay for that camera, then you shouldn't even be considering that anyway. That being said, that's my 5 tips for today. I'm gonna be trying to roll out a lot more of these videos, so if you guys have any more tips that you guys think that I should cover, please leave them in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much. Be sure to like, subscribe, do all the things, and until next time, make cool shit, not excuses. Peace.